The deadlift is a simple and pure feat of strength. Once the bar is loaded, lifters have 60 seconds to begin the lift. There are no start commands and you can begin whenever you like. Lifters have 60 seconds once the bar is loaded to get set up, get under the bar, and receive the command to begin the lift. During the squat, lifters need to start with their knees locked and listen for a squat command before beginning the squat. Any movement or wiggling around to get in position is totally acceptable until they receive that squat command. Once they receive the command, they need to descend until the top surface of their legs at the hip is lower than the top of the knees. After that, the rest is simple. Simply stand up with the weight to completion, making sure the knees are locked and you're motionless before receiving the rack command. There are a few common causes for a missed lift. One of the most common is that the lifter didn't squat deep enough. This is a red card. Or they started or finished the squat but their knees were still bent. This is a blue card. The other blue card is for beginning the ascent and double bouncing or descending a second time before completing the lift. Everything else is a yellow card, including losing balance and taking a step, racking the bar too early before receiving the rack command or beginning the squat too early, or intentionally using their elbows to leverage off their legs. Now you know the rules of the squat.
Good afternoon, and we are back here at Prodigy Gym for USA Powerlifting. My name is Derek Stone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We've got our prime time session, going to be starting that here in just a bit, getting final instructions and everything. Here's a list of the prime time women going to be participating here today, and a list of the prime time men as well. So it's going to be go pretty quick, actually. We're looking forward to it. Have some great lifters. Had a great session earlier today, as a matter of fact, too. It's an absolutely fantastic gym here in Fort Collins, and we are ready to get started. So let's get everything all set up. We've got our first lifter today will be Audrey. Audrey is going to be attempting her first squat, which is at 82.5 kilos. The bar is loaded, I believe, but we're still getting some instructions. We've got a few minutes or so we're just going to kill a little time here and remind you that if you'd like to be a part of USA Powerlifting, if you want to help us out with any of the things that we've got going on, you can certainly do that by finding out some more information by going to usapowerlifting.com. Also, you can check out our Facebook page, which, by the way, if you are watching this, there's a good chance that you are watching it on our Facebook page right now. So you just kind of scroll through and you can find out some information about how you can help us out. Or if you would like to compete, you're watching some your friends competing and want to do that yourself, you can also find a way to sign up for that as well. We've had a great time here today so far. It's been absolutely fantastic. Weather's been good for the folks around here in Fort Collins. Got a chance to step out during the break and see how beautiful it is. It's a great time. I haven't been up in this part of Colorado for quite a while, so it's been nice for me to be up here as well. All right, we're getting ready to get started here. So we're going to just kind of keep it right here. And it looks like the bar is loaded. So again, when we hear that commentary that the bar is loaded, that means the lifter has 1 minute to get to the bar and complete the lift. Usually not a problem unless there's some sort of, I don't know, they're doing something else or, I don't know. Adjusting their equipment, any of that kind of stuff. So, but it looks like we are just about ready to get started. Again, thank you to all the all of our helpers here today, people that have volunteered to be a part of USA Powerlifting and help us with the loading and unloading of the bar, folks that are taking tickets, all of that stuff. Everybody here has been just absolutely fantastic. So, all right, it looks like Audrey is our first competitor, and she will be coming up now. And yep, here we go. The bar is loaded. She will be attempting 82.5 kilos for her first attempt here today. Pretty quick. It's going to go pretty quick. We are going to take about a 20-minute break in the middle of some of these sessions. We normally only take a 10-minute break, but we're going to extend it just a little bit longer. Oh, I don't know. Somebody's playing a joke on me. Maybe we weren't ready for Audrey yet. I'm trying to find her. Maybe somebody didn't tell her that we are ready to go. Nope. There she is, and she was adjusting, doing what she was supposed to do. So there are some rules. There are only a few things that you can adjust once you get to the platform. One of those only being your belt, so it looked like she might have had to adjust some equipment. But here you go. She is unracked the weight. Squat command has been given. Down, squat, and rack it. Great lift right there. Very, very solid. Good, great depth, good speed. 3 white lights for Audrey. Rebecca is up next, and Rebecca's first squat will be 100 kilos. That's 220 pounds. We adjust the adjusting the height. And it looks like we are just about ready to go for Rebecca here today. You can hear the some of the walkout music for folks. Pretty cool. I'm getting a chance to do that as well. Bar is loaded for Rebecca. Here she comes. I like those orange shoes. Those are cool. Right, and she's going to unrack it. Now in the squat, you do have to wait for that squat command to be given. They want to make sure that you're stable and your knees are locked. Squat command has been given. She drops down. That's good depth right there. Twisting a little bit, but I don't think that's going to cost her anything. Terrific, terrific lift right there for Rebecca. 3 white lights for her. Moving up now to Carter will be our next lifter. He's going to be. They are going to be attempting 100 kilos. And the bar is loaded for Carter. Here they come. And again, you can adjust your belt on the platform, but nothing else, which is what Carter was doing. Bar is on the back. They've got to get settled. And down. Deep squat there for Carter. She did a great job with that one. No question about the depth on that. 3 white lights for sure. Continue next with Shay. Their first attempt today will be at 122.5 kilos. All right, it looks like we are all set. Just putting the collars on there for Shay. And she has requested that the bars be tilted in a little bit. Looks like we are. I think we are ready to go. Starting off today with 122.5 kilos. That's 270 pounds. And the bar is loaded. She's competing in the raw with wraps division here today, so no equipment, but wrapping the knees for sure. Different than completely raw. Just going to walk that weight out. Squat command has been given by the judges. Down. Very deep squat there. It looked really good. Good hip crease. There you go. 3 white lights for Shay. Next competitor will be Tessa. Tessa's going to be attempting 135 kilos. That's 257 pounds for their opener here today in the competition. Looks like the bar is loaded for Tessa at 135 kilos, 297 pounds. Squat command has been given. Down, good deep squat there, and up, and rack it. Nice job for Tessa. Jake Higgins is our next competitor. He'll be attempting 192 kilos. That's 424 pounds. So a considerable jump here in weight as we have a combined field here. Just 9 competitors here today. Bar is loaded for Jake. Good squat there. Might have been a tad high there for Jake, but that's a lot of weight. That's a great opener. 424. Yeah, it's just a bit high. Not going to get credit for that one. Brett is our next competitor. He will be attempting 210 kilos. It's 462 pounds. And it's a great opener for Brent. Brett, that's a big weight to get started with. This is the first lift of the day for him, folks. And the bar is ready for Brett. Good deep squat right there. Good bar speed and everything. Looked terrific. Great opener for him. 3 white lights for Brett. Great job. Darren is our next competitor here. He will be attempting 210 kilos, 462 pounds. Walks it out. Waiting for the squat command from the judges. Got it. And down. Up. And rack it. The lift is good. Next competitor will be Toby. Toby will be attempting 255 kilos. That's 562 pounds. That's a heck of an opener, folks. That's why these guys are in prime time. Some big lifts here. And this is the first lift for him today. Now, anytime we go over 500 pounds, we do bring in additional spotters. And with our one camera, we might miss a little bit of the action here today, just for safety reasons, but we'll be able to tell if he gets the lift or not. Certainly, when you get to this kind of weight, you want to make sure you're as safe as you absolutely can be. Squat command has been given. Deep breath in, drops himself down. Looked like he hit the depth there to start off with. We'll see what the judges have to say about that. Yep, they're going to give it to him. Great lift. And that's a good lift. All right. Our next competitor will be Ryan Hannity. He is going to be attempting 275 kilos. That's 606 pounds. He comes to us from Good Lift. Some great folks out there, Good Lift. Competing in the Men's Raw Open. He weighed in today at 125 kilos. Here we go. Getting a lot of weight stacked up there. The bar is loaded for Ryan. Bringing in our spotters here. Ryan's just got that bar on his back. Looks like the depth was pretty good from what we could see. And the judges are going to agree with us. That's a big lift. All right, we are back at the top of the order now for Audrey. In her second attempt, she'll be attempting 90 kilos today for her second attempt. And the bar is loaded for Audrey. 90 kilos. And a good lift there for Audrey. Good lift. 105 kilos loaded for Rebecca. Nope, not going to get that one. Just had a little bit of a collapse there at the bottom. That happens. Carter up next. Carter is going to be attempting 107.5 kilos. That's 237 pounds. Squat command has been given. Down. Good deep squat again. A little bit of a struggle there, but she worked her way through that. Nice job. Good lift. Great job. 3 white lights for Carter. Shea is up next. Going to be attempting 130 kilos. That's 286 pounds. All right, we are all set for Shea with 130 kilos. Bar is loaded. Down command has been given. Squat command has been given. Deep squat there. A little higher than the last one, but I still think that's going to count. Looked pretty good. Yeah, good rep. Tessa up next with 140 kilos. Tessa up now with 140 kilos. Successful in her first attempt. The bar is on her back. Waiting for the start command. We've got it. Down. Little higher than last time. Don't know if that's going to be too high or not. Yeah, I was going to say a little bit too high. Not quite to depth like the last lift for sure. Jake Higgins up next with his second attempt. He'll be attempting 202.5 kilos. That's 446 in pounds. 446 pounds here for Jake. In trouble with depth on his last one. I'm not quite sure he got deep enough there either. We'll see what the judges have to say. And he's going to get that one. Okay, 2 white lights. It was a little high from our closest side, I think, but other than that, the hip crease everywhere else, good, decent. Brett up now with his second attempt. He will be attempting 215 kilos. That's 473 pounds. Bar is loaded for Brett. 473 pounds. Squat command given. Down, good deep squat right there, just like the last one. Excellent job. Great lift for Brett. Judges say 3 white lights for sure. Darren up now with his attempt at 225 kilos. That is 496 pounds. .225 kilos there for Darren. His first attempt, very solid lift. Expect to see more of the same here. We've seen Darren lift a few times here at USA Powerlifting, and he is always impressed. Just shy of 500 pounds here. All right, down command given by the judges. Down and up, a little higher than the last one. We'll see if he still is going to get credit for that one. It looked pretty deep though, yeah. 3 white lights for Darren. And we're up now with Toby. Toby is going to be attempting 272.5 kilos. That's 600 pounds, folks. And of course, with the weight of 600 pounds, we will bring in a couple extra spotters as well. The bar is loaded for Toby. This is a big lift here. Looked great in his first attempt at around 595, I think is what it was. 592 maybe. This is a big lift, crowd getting behind him. Squat command has been given. Deep breath in, drops down, and up. Crowd is reacting like he got it, and it looks like he did. Terrific lift right there. Great job. All right, Ryan up next for his second attempt. And he's going to be bumping this up to 628 pounds. That's 285 kilos. Squat command has been given. That's a lot of weight right there. Down and up. Looked like about the same depth as last time. Good reaction from the crowd. And that's a good lift. There you go. All right, we are ready for the third attempts here as we are back to the top of the order. Audrey's here with her third and final attempt at 95 kilos. That's 205 pounds. Audrey's looked real good in her first two attempts. Very solid squat form, great pace. You know, bar speed was good, all of that. Terrific. Squat command given. Down. And struggling a little bit, but she's going to get it, and I think the depth was there. Might have been a tad higher than the others, but yeah, she's going to get it. Great squat session for her today. And Rebecca is up next with 105 kilos. It's 231 pounds. Nice job. And they're going to give it to her. Great job. As we move on now for Carter, in their third and final attempt today, they will be attempting 112.5 kilos. And the bar is loaded for Carter. Nice attempt there. Not quite there today. Shea is up next. 135 kilos, that's 257 pounds. Competing in the women's raw with wraps division. Bar is not loaded. Upright's going to tilt in per request for the lifter. Now the bar is loaded. Judges are going to give her that lift. Nice job. Good lift. Tessa up now. 145 kilos. Bar is loaded. And good depth there. Fought her way through, and she's got it. The bar is loaded for Jake. Jake is going to be attempting 212 kilos, 468 pounds. Going to fight through this one. He's had a rough day today in the squats. Brett's had some good lifts here. This is going to be another one. I can feel it. 225 kilos. That's 496 pounds. Down and crank this one out too. Great squats. Third attempt now for Darren at 235 kilos. That's 518 pounds. Of course, that means we're going to be bringing in extra spotters for this one as well. All right. Squat command has been given for Darren. 518 pounds down and not going to get this one. He's starting to come down. And there you see why we have the additional spotters or something like that. Moving on now to Toby. Toby's going to be attempting 290 kilos. That's 636 pounds, 38 pounds, 39 pounds. Bar is loaded for his third and final attempt today. 639 pounds. Makes his way to the platform, to the bar. Squat command has been given for Toby. Down, and great lift right there. Of course, can't exactly see the depth because of all the spotters, but I think that's going to do it. And yeah, that's 3 white lights. That's an amazing lift right there. Great job, Toby. Fantastic. We've got one more competitor here in the squat. Good lift. All right, we are going to take a 20-minute break, as you hear our announcer say. Then we're going to come back with our bench, and then we're going to finish up with the deadlift. And the prime time part of this competition here today. We are broadcasting live from Prodigy Gym here in Fort Collins, Colorado. I'm Derek with USA Powerlifting. We're going to get to that here in just about a 20-minute break from right now. So stay tuned. Go get yourself a snack, and we will be back in about 20 minutes.
Lifters have 60 seconds once the bar is loaded to approach the bench, set up, unrack the bar, and wait for the start command. They can take a lift off from the spotting crew, or not, and they can also use bench blocks of various heights that raise their feet if their feet can't touch the ground. Each of 3 referees can give a white or a red light, and lifters need any 2 out of 3 white lights or better for a successful lift. Lifters have to keep their shoulders and butt in continuous contact with the bench pad, and their feet need to be flat on the floor. Once they unrack the bar and are motionless with locked elbows, they'll receive the start command to begin the bench press. They'll lower the bar down to their chest. As soon as the bar is motionless on their chest, they'll receive a press command, where they can fire the bar back up toward lockout. Once their elbows are locked and they're demonstrating control of the bar, they get one last command, a rack command, and the lift is done. The bench press is highly technical, and there are more reasons for a missed lift. A red card is given if the athlete never gets the bar down to their chest. A blue card is given if there is downward movement in the hole of the bar while they're trying to press the bar, or if they have bent elbows at the start or finish of the lift. A yellow card is given for heaving or sinking the bar after the press command, accidentally starting before the start command, pressing before the press command, or racking before the rack command. Yellow cards are also given if your butt comes off the bench, your feet come off the floor, or if you use your feet to anchor against the bench or bench supports. These are the rules of the bench press.
All right, and we are back here for USA Powerlifting at the Prodigy Gym here in Fort Collins, Colorado. Getting ready for the bench press portion of our competition here today. Got the primetime women and the primetime men. There's a list of our competitors here today. We have the announcement there. I don't know if you heard from our announcer. 1.5 minutes to change your openers. That means that we are just about, well, 1.5 minutes away from starting this portion of the competition. All right, and the bar is loaded for Audrey. We're getting that started here in just a bit. Just kind of watching our spotters practice their golf swing. Audrey's going to be attempting 32.5 kilos. We've got about 3 minutes until the lifting begins, so why don't we do a quick little bench tutorial so we know exactly what we are looking for. We're going to do that right now.
Lifters have 60 seconds once the bar is loaded to approach the bench, set up, unrack the bar, and wait for the start command. They can take a lift off from the spotting crew or not, and they can also use bench blocks of various heights that raise their feet if their feet can't touch the ground. Each of 3 referees can give a white or a red light, and lifters need any 2 out of 3 white lights or better for a successful lift. Lifters have to keep their shoulders and butt in continuous contact with the bench pad, and their feet need to be flat on the floor. Once they unrack the bar and are motionless with locked elbows, they'll receive the start command to begin the bench press. They'll lower the bar down to their chest. As soon as the bar is motionless on their chest, they'll receive a press command, where they can fire the bar back up toward lockout. Once their elbows are locked and they're demonstrating control of the bar, they get one last command, a rack command, and the lift is done. The bench press is highly technical, and there are more reasons for a missed lift. A red card is given if the athlete never gets the bar down to their chest. A blue card is given if there is downward movement in the hole of the bar while they're trying to press the bar, or if they have bent elbows at the start or finish of the lift. The yellow card is given for heaving or sinking the bar after the press command, accidentally starting before the start command, pressing before the press command, or racking before the rack command. Yellow cards are also given if your butt comes off the bench, your feet come off the floor, or if you use your feet to anchor against the bench or bench supports. These are the rules of the bench press.
All right, folks, and we are back. We are just about ready now for the bench press part of this competition. One of the things that we just saw with that tutorial are the things that we look for in a bench press and how it can sometimes be the most technically difficult lift. There are more things that can go wrong, or more commands for people to ignore or just mess up because the weight gets heavy, But it looks like the bar is loaded for Audrey. She will be attempting 32 kilos for her first attempt. Start command given, press command given, and rack command given. Perfect job. All right, the bar is loaded for Carter. She will be attempting 60 kilos today, her first lift in the bench. Comes to us from RMW Strength Training, competing in the women's Raw Juniors division, 20 to 23. Press command given and rack command given. Nice job. Good lift. All right, Rebecca is up next. Their first attempt. They will be attempting 65 kilos. That's 143 pounds. And the bar is loaded for Rebecca. 65 kilos. That's 143 pounds. Getting some last minute sort of instructions with the spotters. Racket. Judges say that's a good lift. Great job. We've got Shea with their first attempt. And they will be attempting 67.5 kilos. It's 148 pounds. Again, competing in the women's Raw with wraps division. Don't really see the wraps used here in the bench. Bar is loaded for Shea. Start command given, press command given, and racket. Good lift right there. Nice job for Shea. Tessa up now. Will be attempting 95 kilos. That's 208 pounds.
Loading up 95 kilos now for Tessa. 209 pounds. Bar is loaded for Tessa.
209 pounds for Tessa. Tessa had some great squats earlier today.
That is the face of focus right there.
And rack command given. Did she rush the rack command? I don't think so. No, she's got the three white lights. That's terrific. Great job.
It's the palm trees on her Chuck Taylors. I gotta find out where they can parallel that. Loading up 107.5 now for Jake Higgins, 237 pounds.
Jake is up next. 107.5 kilos. That's 237 pounds.
The bar is loaded for Jake. CU Barbell.
Jake comes to us from CU Barbell. CU Boulder Barbell. Attempting 107.5 kilos. That's 237 pounds. Bar is unracked. Start command is given. Press command given. And rack it. Nice job. Lift is good, right? Brett up next now with his first attempt in the bench press. He'll be attempting 137.5 kilos. That's 308 pounds. Brent had some big squats earlier today. Looked really good.
So every single attempt these lifters take has to be in an increment of 2.5 kilograms, which is roughly 5 pounds or so. So
All right.
that example now given. If you want to find out what the number of points, that number on the screen there, the bar is loaded.
And the bar is loaded for Brett.
Multiply it by 2. If you want to be real precise, multiply it by 2.2046. That'll give you the exact number.
Watching his setup here. Press command given. A little struggle off the chest, but it really not too bad at all. Great lift right there. 3 white lights for him. Darren is up next with 145 kilos. That's 319 pounds.
This is 3 45s and a standard 45-pound bar plus her, 44 pounds.
All right. Darren had some good squats earlier today as well. We've seen Darren have some very good lifts here at USA Powerlifting. Press command given and rack. Good lift. Good lift, though. One judge thought perhaps he moved a bit. Not sure. Ryan is up next with 170 kilos. That's 374 pounds. Bar is loaded for Ryan. Ryan had some huge squats earlier today. First attempt here at 374 pounds, almost 375. We'll just call it 375, right? Start command given, press command given, and racket. See what the judges will say with that. 3 white lights for him. Excellent job. All right, and our last competitor here then will be Toby. Before we get back to the top of the order, he'll be attempting 192.5 kilos. That's 424.
Opening with 424 pounds, 192.5 kilos, which usually we see as an opener squat.
All right, it looks like the bar is loaded for Toby at 192.5 kilos. And I think we are ready. Bar is loaded. Get nice positioning. Oh, still struggling a little bit. Now he's got it. Start command given, press command given. Easy work right there for Toby. Great job. Oh, he didn't wait for the start command. He just kind of shrugged. I think that's going to be something he's not going to really worry about too much.
You and me had this conversation like an hour ago. That's fair. That's fair. A lot on his mind, he says. Give a round of applause, everybody. What a good start.
All right, as we go into the second lift.
Like, oh, 420 pounds. All right, we got 88 pounds on the bar now for Audrey.
We've got 40 kilos on the bar for Audrey. That is 88 pounds. Audrey's form has been top-notch in everything that she has done that we have seen so far. All 3 of her squats looked real good, and the last bench press attempt also very good. Very well coached and just terrific form. Press command given. And racket. Nice job. Good lift. The lift is good. Moving on. Carter's second attempt. She will be attempting 62.5 kilos. That's 137 pounds. Competing in the women's raw junior division. Comes to us from RMW Strength Training. And racket.
Second attempt, 3 white lights for Carter. Coming up now, 67.5 kilos, 148 pounds for Rebecca.
Our next competitor is Rebecca. She will be attempting 67.5 kilos, 148 pounds. And the bar is loaded. Press command given. It's going to struggle with it off the chest, and it's not going to go today. So again, a reminder, folks, that when you do miss a lift, your next attempt must be that weight or higher. You cannot go lower in powerlifting. So she will have to attempt that weight again or higher. Shay's second attempt today will be at 72.5 kilos. That's 158 pounds. Getting a little last second conversation here with the spotters. Pretty important. Can really throw your whole lift off if you're not on the same page. Start command given. Press command given. And racket. Good lift. Tessa up next with their second attempt. It will be at 100 kilos. That is 220 pounds. We can hear our announcer say that is a Colorado State record attempt that we have coming up here. So we're going to make sure that we cheer extra loud for Tessa right now. Bar is loaded for Tessa. Start command given. Press command given. She's going to struggle through this one, but I think she's going to get it. Nope, not quite there. Very close. But the good news is that in this competition, she will have to attempt that state record attempt again for her final lift. Jake is up next. Jake will be attempting 115 kilos. That's 253 pounds. Struggling with that one. Not quite going to get it. So you see the bar starting to come down. Once that trajectory of the bar starts to head down, the lift is essentially over. Brett up next. He'll be attempting 142.5 kilos. That's 314 pounds.
Bar is loaded for press. Let's go, Brett.
Struggling a little bit there. Kind of saw a little bit of seesaw action there, so he will not get that. He must attempt that weight or higher in his final attempt today. Darren is up next with 155 kilos. That'll be 341 pounds. Competing in that very, very competitive men's Raw Open division. Weighed in today at 100 kilos. Bar is loaded. Always good to make friends with your spotters, folks. You never know, right? Press and racket. Waiting on the judges here. One red light, but that's going to be a good lift for Darren. Ryan up next. Now with his second attempt, he'll be attempting 175 kilos. That is 385 pounds.
Up next is Mr. Ryan Hanley, taking 175 kilos, 385 pounds. He's feeling good, feeling saucy. Bar is loaded, Ryan.
Press command given. And rack command given. Looks like a good lift for Ryan. 3 white lights for him at 175 kilos. That's 385 pounds. Now to our final competitor for the second lift. As we we'll head back to the top of the order for the final bench presses of the evening.
Start, press, rack.
Toby will be attempting 202 kilos. That's 446 pounds. Toby had a little miscue in his first attempt. Weight, no problem, but didn't wait for the start command. Sometimes that can happen. You know, my goodness, you're thinking about lifting 400 and something pounds up your chest. I would be in a hurry as well. Getting his set up there, about the right height. where he wants to be on the bench. Legs are planted. Start command given. Press command given. And racket. There we go. There, he's back on track now. 3 white lights for him. And we are back to the top of the order. All right, as we head back to the top of the order here, finishing up the bench press portion of this evening's competition. Audrey's up. She'll be attempting 45 kilos. That's 98 pounds. She's looked really good. Like I said last time she was up, her form on everything has been really, really solid. Start command given. Press command given. She's struggling a little bit now. That's when it's not going to count as we see the bar come down. Even if she were to struggle through that, would not have counted. Overall, good day so far. Still got the deadlift to go as well. Rebecca up now with 67.5 kilos, 148 pounds. All right, Rebecca makes her way to the platform for her final bench press attempt of the day. 67.5 kilos, 148 pounds. Nice high arch there. Press command given. Just going to struggle with this one a little bit. Not going to be able to lock that one out. All right, so 3 red lights there. Not going to be able to finish that lift. Moving on now to our next competitor, Carter. Carter will be attempting 67.5 kilos, 148 pounds. Press command given. Not going to get off the chest today. It's been a rough third round so far. And we move on now to Shea. Shea will be attempting 75 kilos, 165 pounds. $75 kilo attempt here third and final bench press attempt for Shea. Down and press and rack. Great lift. Tessa up now. She will be attempting 100 kilos, which is a Colorado State record. She failed at this attempt last time, but I think we're going to cheer for her for sure and see if she can get it this time. Fight through this one, and she is so close, just not going to be able to get it. Not in the cards tonight, and that is too bad, but she will get that record very soon. She's so close. Jake is in next. 115 kilos, 253 pounds.
On the bar. Bar is loaded for Jake. Let's go, Jake. Let's go, Jake.
253 pounds on the bar. Or with the bar, I should say, right? Loaded for Jake. His third and final attempt. Not going to get there today. Brent is up next with 142.5 kilos. That's 314 pounds. Special thanks to everybody here at Prodigy Gym here in Fort Collins for hosting this event today. Just absolutely been fantastic. Great staff. Really great group of folks helping us out and everything. So thank you so much to those folks. Start command. Press command given. Little bounce off the chest. I don't think that's going to matter, though. That's a good lift. Yep, great job. Darren going to be attempting 160 kilos. He is our next lifter today. 362 pounds. 160 kilos. Start command given. Press command given. Not going to go today. Goes to show you just how hard everybody is really pushing today. This third round has been rough for many of our competitors. Ryan Handley up now with 391 pounds. That is 177.5 kilos. Good setup. Start command has been given. 391 pounds. And that's a good press right there. Great job. Really solid lifts. Toby up next with our last competitor in the bench today. We're going to then take a break and get to the deadlift. Toby's going to be attempting 210 kilos, 462.5 pounds. Toby's looked very impressive. This is Toby's home gym here. I don't mean that he lives here. I mean that he works out here. $210 kilos, 462 pounds. Bringing in some extra eyes here, some extra spotters just in case. Kind of keeping close by. Press command given. He's going to get this one. This is a great lift right here. Keep going. Nice job. Terrific. 462 pounds, 210 kilos. 3 white lights for there. That's fantastic. Excellent job. And that is going to do it for the bench press portion of our competition. We're going to be heading into the deadlift here. We're going to go in just about 10 minutes or so from right now. So, folks, just hang out. Go grab yourself a drink. Maybe if you need to visit the restroom, any of that stuff. We will be back in 10 minutes from right now. Maybe 20. We'll see how this.
The lifter has to stand up with the bar with their knees locked, hips at full extension, and their shoulders back. Once they do, they'll get a down command and can guide the bar back down to the floor. Easy peasy. There are 2 deadlift styles. In a conventional deadlift, lifters grip the bar outside of their legs, or they grip the bar in between their legs with a wider stance called a sumo deadlift. Each of 3 referees can give a red or a white light, and lifters need any 2 out of 3 white lights or better for a successful lift. There's a few reasons for a missed lift. It's a red card if they didn't stand all the way up with their shoulders back, or if they didn't lock their knees at the finish of the lift. It's a blue card if there is downward movement in the hole of the bar on their way up, or if they support the bar on their thighs to lever the bar up to lockout, sometimes called hitching or ramping. And it's a yellow card if they lower the bar before receiving the down command, or if they release or slam the bar to the floor, or if they lose balance and take a step by accident. Those are the rules of the deadlift.
right, folks, and we are back at USA Powerlifting. My name is Derek Stone. I am your host, and we are ready to start the deadlifts for the final portion of this contest tonight. And it looks like the bar is loaded for our first competitor, and that would be Carter. We have 100 kilos on the bar, ready to go. 220 pounds. For our first competitor. It's been absolutely beautiful outside here in gorgeous Fort Collins, Colorado. It's a great opportunity for me to come up here. I haven't been in here in quite a while, and it was really nice to kind of look around the town a little bit today during breaks. It's beautiful up here, so I'm thankful for that opportunity as we, I think, are ready to start the competition. As we wait on our first competitor, which will be Carter. Carter's had a good lifts today. Has looked real good. Again, I am a big deadlift guy. This is my favorite part of every competition, as a matter of fact. I think it is for a lot of folks. It's a kind of a game changer, you know. A lot of folks, you seem to be a little bit more dialed in on your bench and your squat, but sometimes when that deadlift is there, you know, you might feel really good and you just kind of let it all hang out, right? Always fun. All right, Andre is here. And that's an easy pull for her at 220 pounds, 100 kilos. Lift is good. Up next is Tessa. Tessa had a little bit of a heartbreaking bench press session earlier today, not quite able to lock out what would be the state bench press record for her division, and very close. And yeah, it's a tough one to see that. Failed twice on it, but I can almost guarantee you by the time the next competition rolls around, she will definitely have it. So that's something to look forward to. Tessa's got 150 kilos on the bar, 330 pounds. Bar is loaded for her. Take that slack out of the bar. And we're up and down. Easy lifts. Very impressive. Shay is up next. We're going to be loading up 152.5 kilos, 336 pounds. Bar is loaded for Shay. Competing in the women's raw with wraps division. Of course, we only really see that in the squat. Adjusting the belt. My favorite part of any deadlift competition is seeing the sort of the ritual that folks go through, getting themselves all set up, planting their feet. Nice pull and down. Not good. Up and down motion, so meaning that she didn't make the straight bar path. There was a little up and down. Moving on now to 160 kilos for Rebecca. That is 352 pounds. Good pull right there. Nice wide stance. See what they're going to give it to her. 3 white lights for sure. Great lift. Darren up next. 451 pounds. Bar is loaded for Darren. 451 pounds. That's a good pull for Darren. Straight up and down. Great job. Lift is good for his first attempt at 210 kilos. For Brett, up now, 210 kilos as well. £462 for Brett. 210 pounds. Brett's had a good day so far. Had some struggles, but looks real good in the deadlift right there. Jake is up next. 212 kilos. 468 pounds. All right, Ryan is up now with 275 kilos. That's 606 pounds. Not going to be there today. All right, and Toby is up next. 287 kilos. 632 pounds, 33 pounds. Good lift. Audrey is back now for her second attempt, 110 kilos, 242 pounds. All right, we are back for our second attempt here for Audrey, 110 kilos. That's 242 pounds. Audrey looked real good in the first attempt. Solid lift. All right, Shay is up. 152.5 kilos. That's 336 pounds. All right. Tessa's up now. 157.5 kilos for her second attempt. It's at 347 pounds. All right, Rebecca is up now. 170 kilos, 374 pounds. Not quite there today for her second attempt, so that means she will have to either attempt that weight again or higher in her final attempt. Jake is up now. 217.5 kilos will be what he is attempting, 475 pounds. Jake is up now, making his way to the platform, 217.5 kilos, 475 pounds. Good pull, nice job, good lift for Jake. $220 kilos on the bar for Darren. Gonna get it, he's gonna get it, don't hitch, nope, that's not gonna count even if he can get it. Fought that one pretty hard. Not quite there, so he will have one more attempt at that weight. Brad is up next. 225 kilos, that's 496. £666 today for Toby in his second attempt. Bar is loaded for Toby. 666 pounds in his second attempt. And he's got it. And we are back to the top of the order for the final lift. Audrey's up for her final lift of the day, and she will be attempting 115 kilos. That's 255 pounds. She's looked real good in the deadlift. Really good in everything, actually, but very well coached, very great form for everything that she's done here today. Good lift. Maybe came down a little soon, but good lift for Andre. All right, Tessa's up now with her third and final attempt of the day, 165 kilos, 363. Tessa's walkout music, I love it, the Home Depot song. She'll be attempting 165 kilos, 363 pounds. All right, Rebecca is up for her third and final attempt, the last attempt of the day for her at 170 kilos. That is 374 pounds. Bar is loaded for Rebecca. Not going to do it today. This third round, the deadlifts today have been brutal for folks. It's, well, you know, you end of the day, trying to hit your heaviest and hardest weights, certainly fatigue is going to take its toll on you. You know what? It's funny to me that before I ever did a powerlifting competition, and I had an interest in it, but I never really understood it, I guess. And I used to think, well, wow, how do they talk about fatigue in this? And yeah, I know that they're max lifts, but geez, it's only 9 lifts, you know. And then in my, I did a few and thought, oh, that's exactly how. Yeah, it's definitely something that sneaks up on you. Hopefully we can get our photographer to move out of the way here before our lifter comes in. And the bar is loaded. All right, he moved. I'm stuck in a closet back here, folks. I can't really yell out there. Great lift right there for Darren. He's going to get this one. Don't hitch. You got it. Just keep pushing those hips forward. You got it. There we go. Great lift. They better give that one to him. He worked hard for it. He didn't compromise his form. That was fantastic. Oh, and they're not going to give it to him. They're going to say he hitched a little bit. I don't know. I would have gave it to him. Always love to see that kind of effort. Jake Higgins now with his final attempt of the day, 227 kilos, 501 pounds. Bars loaded for Jake. He's walking with a sense of purpose. Had a good lift last time. He's had a good competition today so far. Love it. He just gripped it and went. Great job. 227 kilos, 501 pounds. Great lift. As we are approaching the end of this competition, with some of the big lifts on the way. Getting a little suspenseful here. Seeing if these lifts are good or not. They are good. All right, Brad is up next with his final attempt of the day. 230 kilos, 512 pounds. 232.5 kilos, 512 pounds. Brett's had some real good, real strong lifts today. He's looked real good. Form has been good. And I love his walkout music. The Emperor's theme. Terrific. I think, though, if you're going to play this theme, you got to wear a black cape, right? So if he's not wearing a black cape, I'll be disappointed. I'm disappointed. No black cape there. He should have it, though. Having a little fun here today. I like it. Drops his hips and he goes. Good pull right there. Little twist, but I don't think that's going to cost him. That's a great lift. Very good. See what the judges have to say. They're going to give it to him. Fantastic. All right. And we are ready for our last lifter of the day. It's going to be a big lift here for Toby, 317.5 kilos. That's 686 pounds. Or 696. Almost 700 pounds. Sorry about that. I'm doing the math in my head. I should just read it off the screen, right? Almost 700 pounds. Getting himself hyped up. Now, I do happen to know that this may be a competition PR, but not a gym PR. But of course, those things are a little different for Toby. But he's very close to all-time PR for him. This might actually be a competition PR for him. The bar is loaded for him. Good pull right there. And he's up. And letting the people hear about it. Great lift right there. Absolutely fantastic way to finish this competition. And that is going to end our competition here today. Thank you so much for joining us for USA Powerlifting. Don't forget to check out our next event. Going to be coming up in August. I'm not exactly sure. I don't have the date in front of me here, but coming up towards the end of the summer. Absolutely fantastic event here today. Thank you so much to all the folks here at Prodigy Gym, as well as all of our volunteers. Don't forget, if you would like to volunteer for us, please go check out our website at usapowerlifting.com. It's been an awful lot of fun. I always have a great time here, and I even joke about being in this little closet here, but it was great. I had a great time and a fun event. Thank you so much. It was great to be up here in Fort Collins, and if you want to catch the replay, we will be replaying this on our Facebook page where some of you are watching right now. You can find that probably later on today, and you can find the earlier session as well. That's going to do it for everybody here involved in USA Powerlifting. My name is Derek Stone. Thank you so much, and you have a great evening.